The rain poured relentlessly as Nicholas navigated his sleek silver sedan toward the opulent entrance of the Seaview Luxe Hotel in Coral Bay, a coastal town in the north. The hotel's golden lights glimmered against the storm, spilling a warm glow onto the rain-soaked pavement. To most travelers, the Seaview was a symbol of relaxation and luxury, a top-tier retreat for those seeking comfort. But tonight, things were different for Nicholas. He parked his car smoothly, adjusted his dark charcoal suit, and stepped out, the evening air cool and crisp. Standing at 6'3" with broad shoulders, Nicholas was an imposing figure. His polished leather shoes made a faint echo against the marble as he entered the hotel lobby. The sweet fragrance of lavender and freshly brewed coffee mixed in the air, giving the space a welcoming feel. Nicholas made his way to the reception desk with an air of ease. "Good evening," he said, his voice soft but confident. "I need a room for the night. My flight was delayed, and I'm hoping to find a place to rest before the morning." The clerk behind the desk, a young man named Tyler, with neatly combed brown hair and a tag that read Tyler, barely lifted his eyes from the computer screen. His fingers tapped lazily on the keyboard. "Sorry, sir," Tyler replied, barely masking the indifference in his tone. "We're completely full." Nicholas glanced around the nearly empty lobby, noticing the lack of guests. The faint chime of the elevator sounded, followed by the arrival of just one other person. "Fully booked," Nicholas repeated, his calm demeanor unwavering. "Not a single room left?" Tyler paused, then glanced up with a thin, practiced smile. "That's correct. Nothing available." Just then, the door swung open, and a couple in their late 40s entered, dragging large suitcases behind them. Tyler's entire posture changed. His voice softened, and his face brightened with a forced warmth. "Welcome to the Seaview Luxe. Do you have a reservation?" The man shook his head. Tyler nodded eagerly. "No problem. Let me check availability for you." Nicholas stood frozen, watching the scene unfold. Within moments, Tyler had secured a room for the couple without a hitch, handing over a key with a smile. "Enjoy your stay," he said as they passed. Nicholas felt the familiar stir of irritation, but kept his composure. "You said there were no rooms," he remarked quietly. Tyler's gaze flickered nervously, and he quickly adjusted his smile. "Oh, I meant, we don't have anything that fits your needs exactly." Nicholas could feel the sharp sting of the subtle rejection, but he said nothing. He had been through enough of these encounters to recognize it for what it was. It wasn't about availability. It was about something much more insidious. He straightened his back, his face unreadable. "Thank you for your time," he said calmly, then turned and left the lobby without another word. Outside, the rain continued to drum against the awning above him. Nicholas stood for a moment under its shelter, reflecting on the encounter. He pulled out his phone and scrolled through nearby hotel listings, though his eyes kept flicking back toward the Seaview Luxe's glowing doors. Something about the entire scene bothered him. It wasn't just a dismissive treatment. It was something deeper. Nicholas leaned casually against a stone pillar, out of sight from the lobby, but still within view. He kept his eyes trained on the entrance. It didn't take long before his suspicions were confirmed. A young man, dressed in an oversized hoodie and cargo pants, walked in, looking tired from his travels, a backpack slung over one shoulder. Nicholas watched as the man approached Tyler. The conversation was brief but clear. Tyler was all smiles, nodding eagerly as he quickly handed over a room key without hesitation. No questions, no excuses, just a warm farewell. Nicholas's jaw clenched. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. He could feel the pulse of indignation rising, but he didn't act immediately. Decades of experience in the business world had taught him patience. There was a time for confrontation, and there was a time for strategy. Tonight, it would be the latter. He got back into his car and drove through the slick streets of Coral Bay. The rejection still lingered in his mind, but rather than fuming, he let it fuel his focus. Anger was a waste of time. Strategy, however, was power. Nicholas had spent years building his empire, making shrewd decisions and outmaneuvering those who underestimated him. But tonight it was more than business. It was about something bigger: fairness, respect, and accountability. He wasn't just going to let this slide. Not now, not ever. A short while later, he parked in front of a small diner. Lenny's 24/7 diner flashed in neon above the door. Inside, the scent of fresh coffee and grilled bacon greeted him. Nicholas slid into a booth by the window, pulling out his tablet. A waitress brought him a steaming mug of coffee without a word, and he nodded his thanks as he tapped the screen, typing quickly. He had been watching the Seaview Lux for months now. It was a struggling property, part of a larger, floundering hotel chain. Whispers of a potential sale had reached his team during an investment meeting, but he hadn't thought much of it at the time. Now, however, it was different. Nicholas immediately dialed his lawyer, Maria Gonzalez, known for her sharp negotiation skills. "Maria, I need the paperwork on the Seaview Lux Hotel finalized by sunrise," he said, his tone firm. "Sunrise?" Maria asked, a touch of surprise in her voice. "That's fast. Even for you?" "Make it happen," Nicholas replied. "Send me the documents, and I'll sign them electronically." He disconnected the call and turned his attention back to the task at hand. The deal wasn't just about acquiring a hotel. It was about making a statement. A statement that actions have consequences, especially when they're rooted in prejudice. As dawn broke, bathing the sky in soft pastel colors, Nicholas sealed the deal. The Seaview Lux Hotel was now his. The morning sun glinted off the hotel's shiny windows as Nicholas pulled up once again. This time, he wasn't just a visitor. He was the new owner. Dressed in a tailored gray suit, he straightened his tie as he glanced up at the building. It had always looked so pristine from the outside, but he knew better. The imperfections that lay hidden within were about to be brought to light. The hotel staff moved hurriedly about, preparing for the day ahead. Tyler was behind the desk, his usual smirk firmly in place as he greeted guests. He didn't notice Nicholas enter at first. Nicholas took his time, his presence noticeable but calm. Staff members exchanged glances, some curious, some uneasy. The atmosphere in the lobby shifted as Nicholas walked toward the desk. Tyler's smile appeared, and he greeted him with his usual professional tone. "Good morning, sir. How can I help you today?" Nicholas didn't answer immediately. Instead, he placed a sleek black folder on the counter and opened it slowly, revealing several official-looking documents. Tyler's face went pale. "I'm here to introduce myself," Nicholas began, his voice low and steady. "My name is Nicholas Ford. As of 6 o'clock this morning, I am the new owner of the Seaview Lux Hotel." The lobby fell silent, the staff frozen in place. Tyler's face crumpled in disbelief. Nicholas continued, his eyes fixed on Tyler. "Last night, I had the privilege of witnessing how your staff treats potential guests. Let's just say I was less than impressed." Tyler opened his mouth, but no words came out. Nicholas raised a hand, cutting him off. "No need to explain. Actions speak louder than words, and your actions, they spoke volumes." Turning to address the staff now gathered in the lobby, Nicholas's voice rang out with clarity. "This hotel will be run with fairness, dignity, and respect. Discrimination of any kind will not be tolerated. The culture here is about to change." The staff stood in stunned silence. Nicholas wasn't just a billionaire. He was a man who valued justice and integrity. His words were a promise of accountability. As he left the lobby, Nicholas glanced upward at the grand chandelier, its crystal prisms scattering light across the marble floor. It was a symbol of luxury, yes, but from now on, it would also stand as a reminder of equality. Nicholas walked out of the hotel, a quiet smile tugging at his lips. The real work had only just begun.